pageants are traced back to ancient Greek times, but they weren't for women at first. They were usually for men and how they dressed and how they posed and different characteristics or features that they would be judged upon. We usually tend to think of child beauty pageants as young children, typically lower than the age of 18, getting their hair all fancy and great makeup and a beautiful ball gown and being the most beautiful girl to be picked to be the queen of the stage. But it's a lot more than what we tend to think. In the 1850s, a man named Phineas T. Barnum had a dime museum in New York City. In this museum, there were tons of things to do that attracted people to come. One of which of these activities included a contest for women, and they would be judged upon their unattractive or manly features. According to the Public Broadcasting Services on beauty pageants' origin and culture, in the 1850s, the ever-resourceful Phineas Barnum owned a dime museum in New York City. Now, Georgia has a whole bunch of history behind beauty pageants itself. Over 100,000 applicants would submit their photos and they would be sent off to Atlantic City, Georgia. Now, Atlantic City, Georgia was already a huge hotspot, but it was even more of a hotspot once beauty pageants became more prominent. On PBS.org, it states, its tourism and lighthearted revelry made Atlantic City, Georgia, the perfect spot to hold its first Miss America pageant on September 8, 1921. Only a handful of the 100,000 applicants would be picked to go to Atlantic City to show off their bathing suits and their makeup and their hair. Beauty pageants typically focused on how well they perform on stage or how well they perform the task of either being confident or life skills, or how much feminism they presented on stage when they would go and look their best. Pageants nowadays typically promote and help find young ladies and women find out who they are and their identities and self-worth. As stated on Georgia Southern University Graduate Studies, the evidence of our national focus is identity. There's a lot more to beauty pageants than what we may think. It takes a lot of dedication, time, and preparation into looking your best and doing your best on stage, and it's more than just being judged on your beauty. It can also help improve how a woman or young lady envisions herself.